In this video, we're going to walk through how to create a new project. To get started, we're going to click on the wrench icon under the project header and select New Project. As a reminder, the project is a scope of work, and the states within it are the steps needed for that work. When we create a project, we're saying that these steps, or states, need to be completed for a group of signs. When they are, the project is done. Let's give this project a name. The details space can include notes about the project, but the name is the only mandatory field here. While we're in this window, let's look at the Mandates tab. This feature allows you to control exactly which locations or sign types users who are given access to this project can see or edit. It's a powerful tool for large teams or collaboration, but we're not going to cover it in depth here. If you need that level of control, definitely check out our knowledge base articles on mandates. There's also a Budget tab, whose value can be used for basic cost tracking. For now, let's hit Save, and just like that, we have our first project shell. In this next screen, we can choose to copy the states or information from an existing project, or we can skip it. In this example, we're going to be making a fresh project, so we're going to select Skip and then Save for now. Now that the project has been created, there is a Permissions button at the bottom. This allows users to be given access to this project either as a member who has editing permissions, or a viewer who has view-only access. This is similar to how permissions work for the whole organization, but they're more focused. Someone invited at a project level won't see other projects within the organization or the signs associated with them. Check out our other resources on permissions to understand all the ways that access can be controlled. Now, a project is nothing without a workflow. As mentioned, this workflow is managed using the states, and these are the most important part of your setup, because it dictates how a sign moves through each milestone in your project. There can be a lot of nuance and flexibility behind what a project's states should be, but when starting out, a good rule of thumb is that if responsibility for a sign would change hands, that should be a new state. New projects begin with a single default state. Let's begin by updating this to reflect the first step in our project. Right-click on the default state and select Edit. From this page, we can update the name and other information about this state. We're going to rename it Survey, as a site survey is a very common place to start a project. The project management-minded will be happy to see we can also assign date ranges for each state in this project. By default, there are two kinds of states. Design states operate as a folder where your signs live in each step of your project. Then there are review states, which add the ability to approve and reject signs within this state. This is another level of permission that can be granted to users. We should now consider the remainder of our project and fill out the rest of the states as needed. We have the survey, so let's round things out with a design, review, fabrication, installation, and complete states. And there we have it, a project all set up with a fully functional workflow. Remember, one of the greatest strengths of SignAgent is flexibility, so customize projects to suit your needs and your workflow. As always, please feel free to reach out to our support team for any questions or advice on structuring your projects.